Welcome to Off the Record, a legal podcast.
Welcome back to Off the Record. Today, we are joined by experienced family court paralegal Allison Crank. She helps serve families across upstate South Carolina. I'm Leanne Lyon, and today we're talking about what to expect through family court. Hello, Allison.
Hi, how are you?
Wonderful. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And tell me a little bit about you. What interested you in joining this firm as a paralegal with family court specifically?
Yes, and family court, a lot of kids go through this process, and parents are so just kind of mean to each other, and it makes the divorce process really hard. So I always like to advocate for the kids, remind the parents that, hey, you're doing this. You need to make the best decisions for your kids and put them first. Let's not be petty. Let's focus on the kids. And I've seen my parents went through a pretty nasty divorce when I was younger, and I remember the fights and things like that. And let's just try to keep that away from the kids. Let's make them think that you guys are best friends. So I want to be able to advocate for that and remind the parents what they're here for and what they're doing.
It seems to be a fairly common theme that we go in to solve and help and soothe what maybe hurt us when we were younger. So I appreciate the empathy that you can bring to these families.
Yes.
What should a client expect during the first 30 days after hiring a family law attorney?
They should expect a lot of phone calls, a lot of uploading documentation. We are kind of going to pick through your entire life, look through all of your bank accounts, things like that. It's mostly documentation heavy in the beginning. We'll have phone calls. That's when we start our initial pleadings and everything like that. So we're going to be in your business, but know that we're not judging you. It's our job to have a full, clear expectation and representation of your entire life in case. We need to know everything that goes on so that we can be prepared in court and in front of judges, and hopefully to help you guys make an agreement or help the parents make an agreement before having to go before the court.
So after gathering the financial records, the messages, the schedules, the other documents that you just mentioned, what happens next?
So next we would file our complaint and start the process of negotiations, getting into a mediation with a certified mediator in South Carolina and see if we can resolve all of the equitable distribution, child support, child custody, get those schedules and see if the parents can make a decision, because in mediation, the parents actually have the most power. Once you go in front of a judge, it's a stranger making these decisions for you, and they don't know your day-to-day. So we always like to encourage the parents to really try to settle this, because you are going to be making these decisions on your own. It's not somebody telling you what to do.
So what are the biggest misconceptions that clients have about what a paralegal can and cannot do?
Since the paralegal is involved from the beginning to the end of the case, a lot of clients think that they can call in and explain what happens and receive legal advice from us. Legally, paralegals cannot give any legal advice. We will take your questions to the attorney and we can relay any information that they give us, but it cannot be our own opinion.
Very good. Well, what do you wish that every new client understood before their first meeting with your office?
That this is going to be a hard process, and that we are going to ask you some really hard questions, really personal questions, and that we're not here to judge you. We just have to know what's in front of us so we can know what's in front of us in court and not be surprised by anything.
And one thing I really appreciate is across several episodes that we've recorded, over and over again, I've heard all of you say, "We don't judge you." And I just want to say that's so encouraging to hear. And I just want to emphasize that for the listeners as well.
Right. We never will. Everybody has a different situation. So we're just here to read that situation and see how we can help you the best.
And with that, what are common mistakes that people make early in their case?
I would say just not following attorney advice, even if you don't want to. It may seem like we don't know what we're talking about because we don't know your life, but we have been in these situations time and time again. We have seen like job changes, moves, things like that. Those seem like little things for your day-to-day life, but in your case and in your custody and support, those can be really crazy determining factors for decisions that are made.
So, how important is timely communication from clients, and what happens when clients delay providing information and documents?
Yes, this communication is the most important thing from clients. There are many times that we will send you a message and we need a response kind of the same day, within the hour, within 24 hours. And a lot of things can happen if you don't timely respond when it comes to discovery requests, say requests for admissions. If you don't timely respond to those are all deemed admitted, even when it could be something that's untrue. So getting your answers and everything back to us on time is very important in your case.
So, in addition to being timely, what else can clients do to make their case smoother and more efficient?
Um, Clients can just be prepared, have your documentation. Don't be hesitant to send us documentation. Um, and just be prepared to share information that you really don't want to share.
Hmm. That doesn't sound easy, but it's part of the nature of the beast, if you will. What is the best way for clients to stay organized when sending documents, timelines, or other communications?
Just labeling your documents properly, making sure that when we ask you for a set of, say, bank statements, that every statement is there and that the dates are labeled, because the quicker that we can go through and say, yes, this entire year of statements is here, this entire year of statements is here, will save us time and you money, essentially, on just being able to accurately reflect your assets.
So, what is the most efficient way then for clients to communicate with the legal team? Is it email, phone calls, client portal?
Yes, we have a really great case management system called My Case. We send messages, text messages, emails, everything through that. Your entire case is navigated through our case management system. So that is the best way to contact us. And then, of course, if it's an emergency, calling the firm directly.
Oh, perfect. Well, family court is emotional. What advice do you give clients to help manage stress and expectations?
I always tell clients to lean on their family. Have a cute, great support system, lean on your friends, and sometimes even starting therapy. Going to therapy can be a great outlet. A lot of therapists have seen stuff like this before and deal with parents and adults who are going through divorce and things like that, because this is really a really challenging time for a lot of people. It's not what you expect going into a marriage, of course, and it's not what your kids expect either. So being able to talk through your emotions and being able to get them out in a healthy way is really, really important.
Yeah, you alluded to that in the beginning of the show as well. So, once again, what should clients remember when emotions run high with the other parent or the spouse?
You should just think of your kids. Remember to take a deep breath, take a step back. If you need to, if you're on a phone call and it's getting heated, say, you know what, let's all take a break. Hang up the phone and maybe call back or send a message when you're not feeling so heated. One thing that I like to recommend to families is our Family Wizard. They actually have, it's a communication app for parents, and you'll send a fiery message and it'll give you a little notification. Hey, let's reword this. Let's let's think about that one before we press send. And I think that's a great tool for parents.
That is amazing. And there we go. Is that AI, I'm assuming? Some, right? Excellent. Well, as we wrap up today's episode, if clients could leave with only one piece of advice from you, what should it be?
Just to be patient and be prepared. And again, understand that we're not judging you when we ask you hard questions. We're just asking you questions that we know the judge will want answers to. Just be patient and prepared.
Wonderful. Well, that's it for today's episode of Off the Record with family law paralegal Allison Crank. To learn more, visit rhettburney.com. And thanks for listening. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode if you found it helpful.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave us a review in the comments.